Has anyone ever wondered what my church would look like if Rome hadn't got involved? In every instance, politics co-opted the church. When men see a good, authentic thing, it is their nature to grasp for control to make it bigger and better. In short, to make an institution out of it. I never intended that. I always intended that small groups would minister with those who lived nearby. Yes, there was need for organization and keeping the teachings true, but men always bring their baggage and self-importance into the equation, because there is an innate desire to control and protect. This is why it is necessary for me to come to earth again and dwell with my people. They will never get it right without me. Yes, there must be overseers, bishops, but not living in opulence, which breeds greed, rivalries, distraction, and unbelief. Rather, they are to be men and women of humble stature, buildings of a common nature, not palaces and pretense. What happened to my church? It was tragic but bound to happen. The one good thing it did do was to bring consistency. But without my influence, it also brought money, position, and fame, and that entered in and took control. It will take a great deal of studied care to restore the structure with total fidelity to my wishes. Evangelical poverty and simplicity are the absolute building blocks for the ministers of my church and her restoration. Subtract the royalty and the wealthy forms, the ceremonies and rubrics of state from the church, and you are back in Jerusalem during the 1st century. Simplicity exemplified. When you build extravagant buildings with luxurious trimmings, you invite in those whose lives are focused on such things, as well as stealing the widow's mite. When you keep everything little and humble, you invite in those who are more focused on me and my sheep. This is the example I want for all my shepherds. I want nothing of the world represented in my church. The church had flourished going from home to home, breaking bread, singing psalms, caring for the poor, continuing in teachings as the books of the New Testament were being written. When persecution arose, only the deeply devout and faithful remained. The sacred mysteries were kept from defilement, and every day the apostles grew in the depth of understanding of what I had left behind for them to be strengthened. Most of you are in the dark, because you have been kept in the dark. Religiosity and religious spirits have formed most misinformed minds. Departures from the truth by many men seeking to start their own church have introduced error and misinformation into the churches they began. This has made most of, if not all of, the Christian faiths seriously lacking in the foundation I laid down in Jerusalem. My church is not in the halls of the great. It is in the hearts of the little who have received me and live for me. These are my living stones, and they shall once again be the structure of my church. And as I promised, the gates of hell have not prevailed against these. So grasp and hold dear all the things that are of God, and reject all the things that are of men. I am preparing a peculiar people for myself, a people that lives in my heart, knows my voice, and loves my sheep. A people who have meticulously routed out a religious spirit out of their hearts and minds, and do not stand in the self-righteousness of the Pharisees who judge as man judges. And with this people, I will restore my church of Jerusalem, along with all my spirit has done in the past 2,000 years.